7. It is imperative that you pay close attention to your son. He stands on the brink of arrest as Archangel Michael reveals a wind of warning has begun to sweep through your household. He is under surveillance, not only by those who profess to care but also by individuals who have been conspiring behind his back. A sense of betrayal has been quietly building for weeks, and it is now perilously close to coming to a head. You sensed that something was amiss, a palpable change in his demeanor, a hesitation in his voice. This is not mere imagination, it is a spiritual intuition attempting to surface. Someone close to him, whom he refers to as a brother, is poised to unveil their true nature. They share laughter and make promises, yet in the shadows, when your son placed his trust in him, this friend chose a different path. A pact was formed, a secret exchanged for liberty. The boy your son has always shielded will not reciprocate that protection. In fact, he has already been in contact with law enforcement. The betrayal did not occur overnight. It began with small seeds of jealousy and envy, a desire to overshadow your son. Once he began to receive more attention, this so-called friend crumbled internally. Though he publicly celebrated your son's successes, he cursed him privately. A trap was laid on a day when your son felt secure, evidence was fabricated, and words were distorted. Now the legal system is being weaponized against your child in ways he will not comprehend until it is nearly too late. Type Amen to receive blessings. July 2024 marks a critical juncture. This is not mere mischief, it is calculated sabotage. A single misstep could lead your son to a place he does not deserve to be. However, you as the chosen one have been forewarned. This message from the angelic realm aims to protect your child before calamity strikes. Your son's loyalty, while commendable, is being turned into a weapon against him. He remains unaware of the faces hidden behind masks, but soon the silence of one friend will resonate louder than 1,000 apologies. Type Amen to receive blessings. 952. Archangel Michael indicates that a moment of surveillance is imminent. A phone call will be made, and your son's name will be mentioned with heavy suspicion. This moment in time holds the potential to alter his destiny. You are not without power in this situation. Your awareness acts as divine armor. The actions you take within the next 72 hours will have profound ramifications for your family's future. Remain vigilant and calm. Your son is engulfed in emotional turmoil and needs your guidance now more than ever. There is also a woman involved who has smiled in your presence but remains loyal to the one who harbors the most envy towards your child. Type Amen to receive blessings. 1084. Your son once defended this boy before others. He took the blame and even sacrificed privileges to maintain the friendship. Ironically, this loyalty has become the very reason he is targeted. Screenshots have been preserved, messages are being displayed out of context. This is not coincidental, it is a setup founded on manipulation. While your son is not flawless, he is not guilty of the charges being leveled against him. He merely found himself in the wrong place with the wrong people at the wrong time, and now that incident is being distorted to appear as a premeditated plan, one he never intended. Type Amen to receive blessings. 1560. Should you wish to further demonstrate your support, you are welcome to submit contributions of up to $20. Do not overlook this message. Events are rapidly unfolding. your son's name is associated with a file and someone in uniform is being misled. A picture is being painted not with truth but through cunning deceit. You are being ready to disrupt this false narrative with illumination. Your son will approach you in confusion, perhaps downplaying the situation with statements of "it's no big deal," but do not be deceived. That response reflects someone striving to remain resolute while feeling crushed within. He feels the threat yet has not pinpointed its source. This is where you come in through your prayers, your presence, and your strength. Type Amen to receive blessings. 21:13. An elder is aware of the truth. He has observed the dynamics within that friend group and has heard whispers, noted changes, yet remains silent. This silence will soon end. When it does, your son will be exonerated from an accusation that could have derailed his life. Until that time, he must steer clear of those who falsely pretend to offer protection. The angels are orchestrating events to align people at the moment when the deception is poised for finalization. There remains an opportunity for intervention, but it is fleeting. Act decisively and without fear. The next conversation you hold with your son must be infused with love while delivering a clear warning. Type Amen to receive blessings. 258. Archangel Michael states, a spirit of betrayal has infiltrated the circle. It has already permeated through phones, messages, and voices, spreading confusion like poison. However, no darkness outmatches the light when it is boldly claimed. Your son is not alone, even if he feels encircled by adversity. The pain of betrayal hurts most when it comes from someone who has been treated like family. Betrayal seldom arises from adversaries, it emerges from those closest to us. You will soon encounter a name that will shock you. This name is more than mere identification, it represents the entry point of this turmoil. Type Amen to receive blessings. 3024. Comment Amen to receive resonates deeply within you at this moment. You may feel tempted to confront the betrayer, but do not let the truth betray them. Truth has a piercing quality that silences the wicked without your voice needing to rise. Your son's fate is far greater than this entrapment. He is destined for leadership, yet every leader must endure trials. This is his moment of trial, and you are his shield. The individual who has betrayed him has a history of such actions. For them, this behavior has become part of a survival strategy wherein they sacrifice others to ensure their own safety. However, they have now chosen an ill-fated target. Your son is under the protection of divine guardians. This is why you have found yourself here, ready to confront challenges before the storm hits. Type Amen to receive blessings. 3872. The betrayal surrounding your son is deeply rooted in fear. The one who has turned against him fears exposure and punishment, so they have chosen to deflect blame onto an innocent party, your son. They hope he will bear the burden without understanding who ignited the chaos. This pressure is coming from an elder figure, someone in authority orchestrating this scheme without fully grasping the consequences. However, the truth will soon make itself known, and it will not go unnoticed. A seemingly innocuous message will appear on a device carrying a hidden significance. That will be your signal that events have already started to unfold. Those implicated believe you are oblivious to their actions, yet this message was sent because divine protection continues to watch over your family. You were chosen to receive this alert before any irreversible harm occurs. Type Amen to receive blessings. 4311. If you wish to extend your support, you may offer contributions of up to $20 through Super Thanks. One of your son's acquaintances is already grappling with guilt. Although they remain silent, they will eventually speak up. Their conscience is beginning to weigh heavily under the burden of their deceit. This individual lacks the strength to confess without encouragement, and you will be that catalyst when you start engaging the right people at the right moments. The divine will guide you. A conversation will take place in a corridor you are not meant to hear, yet you will catch wind of it, and it will change everything. Your son may try to shield others, believing that silence elevates his virtue, yet such silence can also become a prison when treachery lurks in the shadows. Type Amen to receive blessings. 4870. The betrayal is cloaked in feigned smiles and forced laughter. They strive to maintain an illusion of normalcy, which is the most perilous aspect when deceit is masqueraded as peacekeeping. One individual has even begun to emotionally manipulate your son, claiming, "I would never betray you," while doing precisely that in secret. However, the truth cannot remain concealed. When divine intervention occurs, a teacher, a neighbor, or even someone your son barely knows will come forward with a piece of information that unravels the entire scheme. You will feel a shiver when this revelation transpires, not due to fear but because you will recognize the hand of the divine at work. Type Amen to receive blessings. 5099. The person orchestrating this betrayal is aware that time is against them, which is why they are attempting to hasten the narrative. They want your son to act impulsively, resulting in mistakes that could make him appear guilty. Do not allow this to happen. Maintain tranquility at home and speak with wisdom. Let your love serve as a protective barrier rather than a tempest. The law enforcement officer poised to become involved remains uncertain, but one more false witness could tip the scales. You must intervene both spiritually and practically by being present. It may seem as if you are not taking action, yet your mere awareness is causing confusion among those who conspired against your son. Type Amen to receive blessings. 5280. There is a girl who possesses knowledge about the situation. She is not a primary participant, but she has witnessed something she should not have. At present she is hesitant to speak due to misplaced loyalty. However, justice and remorse will soon compel her to come forward. Do not overlook her silence. When she finally meets your gaze, that will be your moment to engage her. She will offer a single hint which will be the thread unraveling the entire plot. The betrayal is profound, yet the path to rescue is already unfolding. Your faith is currently moving mountains. Type Amen to receive blessings. 57.99. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael assures us that the timeline has already started to shift. Because you received this warning, the outcome of this betrayal will not unfold as they intended. Your son was destined to falter, but now he is poised to rise. He may carry scars, but these will serve as reminders of the challenges he has overcome. This is not the conclusion of his journey, it marks the beginning of his awakening. The law was not meant to be wielded as a weapon, yet it is being misused in this manner. This will soon be rectified. The very person who sought to undermine your son will ultimately reveal their true nature. It will not require violence or vengeance, only patience, clarity, and your steadfast belief in what is just. Type Amen to receive blessings. 6024. There is an adult whom your son holds in high regard. This individual will become the voice he turns to in times of turmoil. Keep an eye out for this person, as they play a crucial role in the divine plan. They will remind him of his inherent worth, potential, and resilience. This reminder will serve as a pivotal moment just before a crisis intensifies. You are not merely a parent, you are a guardian of legacy. Your actions now will echo through generations. Heaven is observing your courage. Even when your son attempts to project strength, he is burdened by fear. This fear is not a weakness, it is the immense weight of betrayal, and it is substantial. Type Amen to receive blessings. 6433. The betrayer does not recognize the severity of their actions. They have convinced themselves that your son will be fine, dismissing the impact as minor. However, what may seem trivial to them could cost your son everything. This warped reasoning is what makes their actions so perilous. They believe your son is resilient enough to endure the consequences, failing to realize that he has already borne too much. You are being called to remain vigilant, not paranoid. There is a significant difference. Vigilance fosters protection while paranoia breeds destruction. Right now your son requires protection. This situation arises not from guilt but because adversaries perceive him as an easy target. If you resonate with this message, type Amen to receive blessings. Acknowledging this with an open heart, realize that you've sensed a shift during your quiet moments. What you felt was not mere anxiety, it was a moment of clarity bestowed upon you. You have been granted spiritual insight, and it is imperative to utilize it. Be aware that the betrayer may feign innocence, even offering assistance when complications arise. This is their strategy to present themselves as the hero amid the chaos they created. However, do not be deceived. The truth will reveal itself not in their words but in their omissions, in their body language, and their evasive behaviors. You hold the power to illuminate the darkness surrounding this situation. Speak with unwavering courage, not fear. For further blessings, type Amen again. If you choose to support this message financially, you may offer super thanks with contributions of up to $20. This challenge extends beyond your son. It signifies the end of a cycle of generational deception. Each instance of betrayal that has affected your lineage ceases here. You are actively rewriting the narrative through your awareness, your prayers, and your steadfastness, thereby breaking this cycle. What once brought ruin to others in your family will not harm him now or in the future. You have discerned the peril and will ensure he does not fall into it. He might express his pain through tears or anger and at times blame himself, but your resilience during this period will serve as a safety net for him. Type Amen to receive blessings. He is not weak, he is merely wounded, and you will stand by him until he recovers. The betrayer will eventually face repercussions that they were unprepared for. They may have thought themselves clever, but divine justice is infallible. Forgiveness will come eventually, but it must follow the revelation of truth. Thus stay close and remain vigilant. This message is not merely a warning, it is an empowerment. Type Amen for more blessings. Significant changes are unfolding behind the scenes. What was intended as your son's downfall is transforming into a moment of breakthrough. The chaos is giving way to clarity as you stand spiritually prepared to counter the threats. The so-called friend, who once smiled while plotting harm against your son, is losing their hold. Guilt is beginning to weigh heavily on them, despite their attempts to appear unaffected. They never anticipated that light could penetrate your home so swiftly. Now whispers are circulating, and educators are noticing connections being made within the community. This is divine orchestration at work. The truth is stirring like wind moving through ashes, and soon what was attempted to be buried will ascend with even greater strength. Type a mentor blessings. The officer assigned to apprehend your son is starting to feel uneasy, grappling with doubts regarding the story he was given. That doubt is in fact a divine intervention. It's the crevice through which light flows. You need not pursue the betrayers or raise your voice in outrage. All that is required of you is to remain steadfast in your faith and maintain vigilance. You hold invisible keys to navigate this visible storm, which is precisely why this message was directed to you. While your son may not fully comprehend the situation in this moment, there will come a time when he acknowledges, "I'm thankful you didn't abandon me." Type amen for blessings. One individual involved feels frightened. They anticipated this situation would remain a mere joke or a fleeting rumor, but now the reality weighs heavily upon them. They are contemplating revealing the truth. Keep an eye out for him. He may reach out to your son or someone connected to you. Initially his message might be vague, a mere hint of something significant, but read between the lines. This is the soft heart yearning to break free. The angels will guide you in understanding during that moment. You will know what steps to take. Type amen for blessings. This is not a coincidence. It is a test, and you are navigating it successfully with each moment of awareness you embrace. Your son has been destined for greatness since birth, which is why adversaries have sought to thwart his path through betrayal. However, what is divine cannot be undone by deceit. Remain vigilant over the next week. Movements may appear subtle, yet they will bear great significance. You will feel a shiver when the betrayer becomes exposed. That sensation is not fear, it is confirmation that the trap is collapsing. Type amen for blessings. Comment victory is mine. If you have followed this message with conviction, there may be a night when your son struggles to sleep, feeling overwhelmed in solitude. In such moments, offer him words of life without pressuring him for responses. It is not necessary to demand that he speak, simply remind him that you are present no matter the circumstances. Your reassuring presence alone will dispel the silence he is apprehensive to break. Very soon he will awaken to the realities of who truly supports him and those who were never meant to accompany him on his journey. He may express anger. Allow him to do so, as this is part of his awakening. Type amen for blessings. You will soon receive communication from an unexpected source, perhaps a parent, cousin, or classmate. This interaction will provide you with a crucial piece of the truth. Do not dismiss it, even if it seems insignificant. This fragment is valuable. It will reaffirm your existing suspicions. The betrayal has left a trace, and it is progressively being revealed. This is the workings of divine justice, unfolding not instantaneously but inevitably. Amidst all the turmoil, your son will once again discover his true voice, not one influenced by fear but one that emerges from strength. Type Amen to receive blessings. 9103. Archangel Michael proclaims, this experience is intended to awaken not only your son but also the warrior within you. You were never destined to remain passive, you are a guardian, and now is your time to stand resolutely. No one can gaslight you now, the truth has taken root too deeply within you, you have witnessed too much. Allow them to whisper, allow them to feign, what they truly fear is your composed strength amidst their chaos. The power of knowledge far outweighs the din of falsehoods. Type Amen to receive blessings. 9332. Should you wish to express further support, you have the option to offer super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Even if your son endures temporary suffering, it will not endure. His reputation will be vindicated, and those who conspired against him will bear the weight of every lie they fabricated. They will marvel at how you discerned the truth, how you remained one step ahead, not through luck but through divine alignment. You are safeguarded. Your home is secure, and your child will not be undone by betrayal. This storm has come to agitate, not to destroy. Type Amen to receive blessings. 9554. Soon he will shed tears, not out of weakness but as a means of release. He has carried too much weight. You will recognize this moment when he finally expresses his emotions. Allow him the space to mourn the shattered friendship. Do not hasten his healing. He is relinquishing a false connection he believed to be familial. Yet from the ashes authentic strength shall emerge. He will rise, flourish, and lead, and you will understand that you were chosen for this moment, this protection, this challenge, this triumph. Type Amen to receive blessings. 9788. Very soon you will witness the downfall of the one who betrayed him, not as a result of your desire for retribution but because justice inevitably follows injustice, like thunder trailing lightning. When this transpires, you will find peace rather than the desire for revenge. And that is how you will recognize that the war has concluded. Hold on a while longer. Remain grounded in love yet alert in spirit. What is on the horizon is not vengeance but redemption. Type Amen to receive blessings. 99.999. There exists a place your son frequents when he seeks tranquility, a street, a bench, perhaps a corner by the school or a window at home. In this space he contemplates, worries, and mentally navigates various scenarios. While he remains reserved about discussing it, his heart resonates loudly in that sacred area. Heaven has enveloped it in protection because angels recognize that it is where his soul strives to make sense of the tempest. You may pass by and remain unaware that he has silently wept there. Your son has not disclosed everything to you out of fear of disappointing you. He does not wish for you to see him in a fractured state, even though you are the very one who can help him mend. However, the weight of his facade is heavy and will soon come crashing down. When it does, do not be taken aback. Embrace the moment, for that is when the healing can truly commence. Type Amen to receive blessings. 10232. A shift is about to occur. A friend of the betrayer is beginning to realize they stand on the wrong side. Initially convinced of your son's guilt, they are now affected by something they have heard or seen that alters their entire perspective. This change will ignite a spark of truth, causing ripples through the group, disorienting conspirators and awakening those who were previously silent. Your son will start to observe unusual behavior, certain individuals avoiding him while others suddenly spring to his defense. This is no mere coincidence, it is divine orchestration methodically unraveling the layers of deception. Each falsehood will slowly begin to dissipate, not with a loud crash but with undeniable truth. Type EM in to receive blessings 10,000. Your son may have recently experienced disruptions in his dreams, tossing and turning, encountering strange visions, or sensing an inexplicable wrongness. This is spiritual interference, attempting to cloud his clarity, yet, light is beginning to permeate the darkness. His spirit is being fortified even in slumber. Angels have been dispatched to offer him solace as he rests. The adversary seeks to convince him that he is isolated, but he has never been more surrounded than he is now. Even amidst the betrayal of friends, heaven remains unwavering in its support. You were chosen to stand beside him, not with weapons but with wisdom, presence and unwavering truth. Type EM in to receive blessings, 10 out of 1200. There exists a photo, a message or a video that holds the key to the missing link. Initially captured and perhaps even edited, it is soon to be uncovered. What was intended as false evidence will ultimately backfire, revealing a truth that will exonerate your son in unexpected ways. This revelation will come through someone who was never meant to be involved, a stranger, an outsider motivated solely by justice. You will not need to seek them out. The universe will unveil them precisely when the lie threatens to prevail. Type EM in to receive blessings 10,939. Comment: he will not fall if this message resonates with your inner conviction. The individual who betrayed your son may currently feel no remorse, their heart is hardened, their thoughts solely on self-preservation. Yet, guilt has a peculiar way of creeping in when the lights dim and silence envelops them. While you may never receive an apology from them, it is essential to recognize that you do not require one. The truth has already been inscribed in your son's favor by a higher authority. The police officer, the teacher, the adult observing the situation unfold, they are not all oblivious. One among them is questioning the narrative, and it is this individual who will ultimately steer the balance in your son's favor. Pay attention to forthcoming changes, emails, calls, and murmurs. These are indicators that their strategy is beginning to falter. By Type EM into you invoke blessing 11177. Should you feel inspired to support further, you may contribute up to $20 through the Super Thanks option. Archangel Michael declares, "This marks the onset of restoration. What was once fractured will not remain so. What has been concealed will come to light." This act of betrayal does not signify the end, rather it serves as a breakthrough. Your son, though he has faced hardship, will emerge with greater wisdom and strength. He will no longer navigate life with blind trust but will instead exercise discernment, a gift that even success could not impart. What aimed to undermine him will transform into the narrative of his resilience. Type EM in to receive this blessing, November 1999. Your faith is the blade that pierces through this turmoil. Each time you speak positive affirmations over him, a chain is broken. Every instance you express belief in him diminishes the power of deception. You may not yet grasp the entire picture, but your consistent presence is vital. The fragments are aligning through divine intervention, one movement at a time. It won't be long before you receive a call or message that will leave you breathless, not from fear but from relief, affirmation, and the initial steps toward closure. Until that moment arrives, remain prepared. Your tranquility is confounding the chaos. By typing into you invoke blessing 11618. There remains a brief interval before all is fully unveiled, yet the adversary is already showing signs of fatigue. Their falsehoods are unraveling more swiftly than they can conceal them. Soon the betrayer will expose themselves through their words, silence, or actions, rendering it undeniably evident, even to them. When that moment arrives, resist the urge to gloat, simply offer your gratitude. Your son's name will be reinstated, and no blemish will linger. This storm will culminate in restoration, elevation, and an unprecedented peace. Type him in to receive this blessing. 1833.